You know the videos are serious when I put my glasses on, but there's a whole bag of books to unhaul and to get rid of. So it's that time again. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush and make this a super long video. So the first one I'm getting rid of is I got it from a charity shop and I'm letting it go because I have not picked it up since, is Moonology, which is kind of a book about working with the magic of the moon, kind of crystals and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just I just haven't picked it up since I've had it, so I'm letting it go for that reason, because what's the point in keeping it if I haven't picked it up? The next one is Perfect Eyes. When I first started getting into makeup and I generally cared how I looked and people's opinions, and then I've just got to the point in life where I'm like, I don't care what you think. Like, if I like my makeup, I'm happy with that. So I'm letting go Perfect Eyes, and there was another one to go with it, but I think that's fell further down the back. But this is Real Techniques, and this just tells you everything about different eye shapes, how to do your eyeshadow, how to use brushes, etc. Haven't used it in the whole time that I've had it. Again, this book I have not used once since having it, and this is a little book of practical magic, a beginner's guide to crystals, aurora, horoscope, and spells. It's a very, very beautiful hardback, I won't lie. Again, haven't read it, haven't picked it up, haven't showed any interest in the whole time it's sat in my cupboard, so I'm letting it go. I still like crystals, and all kind of pretty stuff like that, dream catchers. I still am drawn to the lifestyle of like crystals, auroras, and horoscopes and that, but I'm just not as like wanting to do it as I was before. Like, I love all of that and I accept it, but the next one I have again is another guide to Wicca, and I use this with my Waterstones points. But again, I have not used it, I have not picked it up. I've had a look through it, and it is a very, very pretty book. So, like, you've got all like pictures and spells and like witchcraft stuff. But again, I just don't use it and I haven't picked it up, so I'm finally gonna let this go. And I'm hoping that someone else will love this book and give it the love it deserves. It is very beautiful, very pretty. Even the insert pages are very, very pretty as well. And if it can go to someone who loves this kind of thing and who actually like practices it and does things with it will be a lot better. Okay. I'm letting go of this little soap book. It came in a craft set that me and my mum did, but I have not done soaps since. I have not made soaps, so again, hopefully someone else can use it who's into soap making and who wants to learn more about soaps. Okay, here's the other book that I said about. So this is Perfect Skin. So this is by Real Techniques. And this is a book all about the skin tone colours, how to, put foundation on, what brushes to use, all the information you need as a makeup lover. Again, haven't used it, so that's going to go. This one's going because I mentioned this in my book haul where I bought the first two from Waterstones, paid the full price, and didn't have the others. Was missing about 3 of them out of 5. And then there was a lady selling the whole set on Facebook, so I bought the whole set. So I'm letting the first two go out of this set and keeping my Waterstones copy, because I don't need 2 copies of the same book. I have the one book And if it's in a special edition or anything that I like about it, I'll just get it in that special edition and not have the regular copy as well. Just because I don't really like a lot of clutter, so I just prefer the one copy thing. And if it gets ripped or torn or anything, then replace it then. But this is the Ingo of the Ingo Chronicles, which is like a Little Mermaid's adventure series. I'm letting this one go because I absolutely love Amanda Hockin, and I have all of her books that were published back years ago, but I'm not up to date with her recent releases that she self-published them. But when she was selling her books in bookstores, I already have this book, but I have it in the first edition, and then she came out with other covers. And I found this one in a charity shop. It hasn't been read or anything, but I have not gone back to reread this. It says it has new material in it. I'm struggling to understand what the difference is between this edition of Switched and the one that I have in my cupboard over there. But this is a really pretty cover, and as much as I want to keep it, again, I don't need two copies of the same book. And but I do love the color cover. Like, I do prefer the blackout covers with like just the one color on them. It's really pretty, but I can't keep it because again, I don't need two copies of the same book, even if there is slightly something different. But no, I love all of her books. I've got all of her books, but this is just a double copy, so I'm letting them go. I'm letting this one go just for the sake of not having clutter, and keeping it. So we have the PC Car series, and I borrowed some from the library, and my husband bought me some from the charity shop a while ago, ones that they had. This series was okay. It was about vampires, House of Night, and like, you know, some of the fledglings going bad, red fledglings and stuff, and they have to kind of, one of the red fledglings falling in love with one of the angels. It's an interesting read. Not much happened in this specific one, I believe. I have one more, book 9, and then I'm stopping at the series. I'm not going to carry it on or finish it anymore because I heard that it was going to be adapted into either a movie or a TV show at some point. So, for that reason, if they ever do it that way, I'll just watch the TV show. But yeah, I would like to also add that I have the old cover copy ones as well, which is why I'm going to try and sell them, just because you can't get this old cover anymore because they redid the covers. So yeah, I'm just going to try and sell it for that reason. Okay, this book was messed up. What the hell was the ending to this? But this is You Won't Believe Me, and the author's name there. I did a whole ass book review on this. I did a summary, a to be read wrap up. I'll take the tabs out and everything. But this is basically where Willow has a stalker because, Elijah's family died after like a pandemic, and it was her father's fault, but he couldn't get to her father, so he got to Willow, the daughter, instead. Basically kidnapped her, um, had her tied to the bed, and made her believe that the world was ending and that there was nobody else alive. So she spent months falling in love with her captor, and then basically finding out the truth that he had planned all this. And yeah, it was messed up. I thought I was gonna love this one because obviously the cover's really like creepy, and kind of, yeah, I thought I was gonna love it, but I didn't. So I've read it. My review's on Goodreads. It's on here. If you're interested in reading it, this is the US copy, so I don't believe the UK had their own copy. I believe that they're being imported by, from the US at the moment. So yeah, but apart from that, it wasn't a bad read. I suppose the clue is right here, isn't it? Like, lie. The next one I'm gonna let go is Resist. I've read the first one, which is Breathe, and this is basically where the Earth has kind of gone to pot and they live in like a dome, a bit like Homer Simpson, the Simpsons movie, and they have to kind of break out and start like a new resistance to kind of um, survive again, and a lot of dictator from the government. I read the first one many years ago and I let it go. Um, this one was just as bizarre and not too happy with the ending, so for that reason it's going, because I'm never going to pick it up again, let's be real. And I don't even have the first one anymore, but I did read the first one, so yeah. And then the book I was talking about earlier, this is the second one, The Tied Knot, that came with the £5 set that I bought, so I'm going to let this go because again I don't need two copies, brand new as well, in mint condition. We also have another makeup book called Easy on the Eyes, and this is just more information about different eye looks. I haven't picked it up and used it in the whole time I've had it, so I'm letting it go for that reason. And then to go along with the PC Casts series, I have Burned and Tempted, which again are the old covers. Read both of them. Didn't really enjoy this one or this one. The Awakened one was a lot more better because we had more of like Stevie Ray and Reefum or whatever his name is. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish the last one, which is Destin, and then finally let that go. The last series I'm letting go is the Iron King, the Iron Queen, the Iron Daughter, and the Iron Knight. I recently finished this set after having them for nearly 10 years. These are the older covers as well, because she's recently released more books in the series, but I'm stopping at book 4 just because I was struggling. It was really trippy, but it's a bit like an Alice in Wonderland retelling where you have the cat, you have Puck, you have Ash, and then you have Megan, who grew up human but then found out later she was like fairy or fae. Yeah, and they have to go on like different like adventures, and in this book Ash wanted to become immortal so he could be with Megan for the rest of his life, but in the process he lost I think it's Eveline, the girl who thought was murdered, but the whole time she was kind of dead. Her fate was kind of sealed, but Ash and Puck got to see her like one last time. So yeah, there was a happy ending in this book, so I'm glad that I finished off with this one. But these are the complete old covers before they were redone recently to match with all the newer books that came out. So I'm gonna see if I can like sell these as a set for like £10 or something, just because the covers are old, and not only that, the spines match as well. So that is everything in my book on haul for this year, and I will be starting again for next year. So thank you for watching. Any support is very much appreciated.